Hey guys, Jedh Marine here with another video, doing another Semper Sundays. This one is going to be about a Lance Corporal Jedh C. Barker. He was a machine gunner with the 2-4, and they were in Vietnam. So this would have been on the 21st of September in 1967. They were on a reconnaissance patrol, just basically going out to try to find the enemy, get some intel on them. Figure out where they were. During this patrol, they were hit just out of nowhere by sniper fire, and reacting immediately, his squad deployed to a combat formation, which most likely meant that they got online. It doesn't specify, but they got online, which I've talked about before, and they basically started assaulting where the enemy was. And this time they were struck by more fire. Instead of just sniper fire, it was rifles and then automatic machine gun fire. And because of that, several of the Marines were hurt immediately. In this initial burst, Lance Corporal Barker was hit. Just right off the bat, he was shot, he was hurt. And instead of trying to take cover, he stayed in the open and to return fire, because I guarantee in that situation he was thinking if they were to give up anything to the enemy, if they were to lower their amount of fire at all, the enemy would be able to get through. And to him, that was unacceptable. And apparently, just based off how the enemy was acting, it was obvious that their goal was to absolutely annihilate the Marines that were there. And after a minute or two, they realized that Lance Corporal Barker was their biggest threat at that point. His fire was incredibly accurate. It was taking a toll on them, and because of this, they shifted almost all of their fire onto him. Because of that, he ended up getting shot in his right hand, which did not allow him to use his machine gun anymore. He probably had an M60, but it doesn't specify. But because it wounded his hand, he was unable to use the machine gun. And then, pretty much at the same time, the enemy threw a grenade in, and it landed in their group of Marines that kind of gathered up to return fire. And with complete disregard for himself, he threw himself on top of the grenade, and he took the full blast of the grenade into himself to try to save his Marines. But that didn't kill him. Before he died, he ended up crawling to a Marine that had also been injured, and who was down for the count, and he gave first aid to that Marine before he ended up dying of his own wounds. And that first aid allowed that Marine to live. And so because of that, he was able to save a whole group of Marines, and then he saved a Marine that had already been injured, even though he was fucked, and he knew it. And so he did everything he could to make sure that the Marine that was near him was able to get the medical attention that he needed. And because of that, the guy lived. So yeah. Alright, guys. I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, hit me up. And I'll see you in the next one. Semper Fi.